Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from CES in Las Vegas, Nevada, and joining me for this segment we have Gautum Narang. He is the co-founder and CEO of Gatik. We're here to discuss the autonomous trucking space. Gautum, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you so much.
And before we get into Gatik specifically, tell us about the current state of the autonomous truck space.
I would say for the last few years, the narrative has been autonomous trucking is going to be the first application to be commercialized and scale. But when the industry thinks about long-haul trucking, it's mostly highway-only Class 8 trucks. What Gatik is going after is it's a niche within the trucking industry where the trucks are smaller, the routes are shorter, and the thesis behind the company is if we can operate these trucks back and forth on fixed and repeatable routes, we can get to the point of driver out faster and safer than any other company in the industry. So autonomous trucking is an exciting application because in the backdrop of all of this, there's a huge driver shortage across the nation, and with this technology, we can help address some of those problems.
So when you talk about the smaller trucks, is that like, for example, the Amazon last mile trucks, like the smaller vans and trucks that you see?
These are, so we call it the middle mile.
Right.
These are Class 3 to Class 6 vehicles, so these are light and medium duty trucks, and these are like capped at 26,000 pounds. Mm-hmm. So the best part about this is, we can choose the safest and the best possible routes, right? The routes in this case are shorter, so we make deliveries up to 300 miles moving goods between businesses in an urban setting, and it's okay for our trucks to take longer routes but safer routes.
Right. How long does a charge last for something for 300 miles with 26,000 pounds? It's still heavy.
Still heavy, yes. So I would say it's an easier problem to solve, not the easiest. So it's easier compared to the robo-taxi problem, right. Easier compared to the Class 8 long-haul trucking problem. And to my knowledge, Gatik is the only company that is going after this segment. It's not the sexy, glamorous application that the industry has been obsessed over for the last few years. We're the only company in this space, but the best part is we have real customers today making real money, and the only company in the trucking space that is doing live deliveries every day without anyone behind the steering wheel.
Right. You just announced a major partnership as well.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So this week we announced a partnership with Goodyear. So Goodyear has been a long-term partner and investor in the company. The best part about the partnership is we are working on intelligent tire technology, where we're getting a bunch of data from these tires, getting to know the traction profiles and the friction profiles from the road. So we have operations in Canada as well. So the traction profiles, if you have snow on the road, if you have rain on the road, is very different. All of this data is very useful for us to adjust the driving behavior. So at the end of the day, our autonomous driving system is safer. And we have this saying internally that tires are the only thing that touches the truck from to the road. So if you can,
you hope so.
Yes, and if you can make the tires intelligent, there's a lot of useful information that you can use to adjust your driving behaviors.
It's so interesting, Gautum, regardless of what vertical we're talking about, if it's ag tech, health tech, autonomous truck driving, everybody at CES is really focusing on leveraging better data to be more efficient.
Yes.
And that's a consistent theme that I'm hearing as we're meeting with different people. So as you look forward, where are the revenue generating opportunities? What's the outlook for 2023?
That's a good question. So for us, the real opportunity is in this middle mile B2B short haul space. And frankly, we're not just saying it, we are proving it as well. Today, Gatik has real customers. We're working with some of the largest Fortune 500 companies in different verticals as well. So initially, we started with a focus on retailers and grocers, expanded to e-commerce and logistics companies, and more recently, we announced partnership with distributors, and we're working with some of the largest CPG companies as well. All this to say, the solution that we are developing is very relevant for different kind of supply chains, different kind of customers, because the pain point is there is not enough drivers to go around. And the end consumer expectation is I want my orders as fast as possible, as cheap as possible, and this kind of technology is the only answer to make that thing possible. So we as a company are delivering on the promise of autonomy by moving actual goods without anyone on board in a daily fashion.
Let me ask you about infrastructure, however. We can develop these vehicles, but there is that infrastructure challenge, having it available to support these different vehicles. What are your thoughts around that in terms of improving it and making it available so that this is a reality?
Agreed. So the focus for the company for the next few years is on scale, right? We have proven that the technology works, we have the right commercial demand. It's a very technology and partnership heavy industry where no one company can do it alone. So Gatik, we have the right technology partners, the right operational partners, the right infrastructure partners to help us scale the right way. So at the heart of all of this is, can we simplify the problem enough where we can have as many trucks as we can on the road over the next coming years and make a real impact for the customers? So at the backdrop of all of this is you need the right infrastructure that the right technology partners and the operation partners can provide.
We appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on
Thank you
Trade
so much.
Talks. And thanks for joining me at CES. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.